Part of erasing the stigma around sexually transmitted infections is getting comfortable talking about sex. We got candid with college students from all over Delaware about everything from STIs to testing to that time you had the talk with your parents. Did your parents ever talk to you about sex? And if yes, what was that like?
My parents definitely talked to me about sex.
We watched the movie 17 again with Zac Efron, and there was a lot of sexual references, and she pretty much had to spill the beans.
As far as I can remember, it was never talked about.
Not really. It's not really a topic of conversation we ever really had, which probably isn't always good.
Just normal birds and the bees and, how kids were made and all that.
What do you remember about sex ed in school?
Everybody liked laughing, but obviously everything was protection, and especially like abstinence. That's what we talked about.
It was a very weird and awkward experience because everybody was at very different comfort levels.
Yeah, we definitely got into detail. I literally had to watch a woman give birth.
Well, I went to a private Catholic school, so nothing.
It was more about like you're growing up, and this is parts of growing up, than it really about like, here's how to manage your sexual health.
What do you wish you were taught about birth control?
I definitely wish you were taught more about like the effects that it puts on the body.
I feel like birth control affects people in so many different ways that I didn't really know that.
I knew nothing.
I never knew that there were like condoms for women.
They say like you can have the pill, but how many different pills are there?
Exactly, I've been on 4 so far my whole
a
life.
million.
But I didn't know about things like IUDs or Nexplanon or anything.
What do you wish you learned about STIs?
I would say that you have to wear a condom, but you can still get it without it. Like when you don't wear a condom, like it can happen through your mouth and like other ways. I didn't know that.
Stressed more how common they are.
Further than like if you were to contract such a disease and how to go about that, I haven't really learned much about.
I feel like I wasn't taught much about anything to do with them.
Truthfully, it was like a checkbox. They were like, okay, well I told my kids about it, so I don't have to talk about it anymore.
Understanding how often you should be getting tested, how regularly you should be getting tested.
How are you navigating STIs and birth control in the dating world currently?
Birth control's hard. Every 3 years my pill stops working and I have to switch to a new one, which is so not fun.
I got the free condoms, so yeah, I just take handfuls and I take my birth control and that's it.
I don't want to risk it, so right now I just kind of stay abstinent.
I try to practice safe sex every time I go out usually, and if I don't have that sort of protection, I just won't have sex.
Especially within the gay community, knowing your HIV status is something that kind of comes up at the very beginning of like dating and things like that.
And it's like a two-sided street, so you both like should use them. Shouldn't just be on one person to use it and not the other. Like you're on the pill, so I don't have to do this. No, both partners should be participating in some sort of birth control.